everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shaughnessy, and on this channel we discuss fragrance, beauty, and wellness. And if you simply like to have a good time and you like my vibe, subscribe. So y'all, today is going to be like a laid back, updated review of Kayali's fragrances, just the fragrance house in general, because I have finally smelled all of the fragrances that they have created. And I was like, since they just came out with a new fragrance, this is the time to do this video, because they come out with sometimes 2 to 3 new fragrances a year. I mean, their house, that they be coming out with the perfumes, okay? So I was like, if I want to talk about all the fragrances in the house, then this is the time to do it. Since I recently purchased 4 new Kayali fragrances that I had not had the chance to experience and smell. And I was like, okay, I have them all. Let's do an updated version of my list, what I think of them, and go from there. Just, lay back talking about fragrances, not too deep, just fun, because I believe everyone has probably heard about these, seen a video about these, smelled these. But I just wanted to, do a video about all of the fragrances. It's been on my list for quite a minute to have all of them, to smell all of them, and I finally accomplished that, So let's jump right into it. The first fragrance I'm going to talk about is the one the house is known for the most, and that is Kayali Vanilla 28. Now, I did a review of this fragrance, I believe, when I did my, was it the little 4-piece set of all the fragrances at that time in the little travel size. I'll link that video above so you can see, my first thoughts on it. Just check it out if you haven't seen it. So I finished up a small travel size spray of this perfume. And then I wanted to get the larger size and couldn't find it anywhere in stock. Or every time I decided to purchase it, y'all, it would be out of stock. So this is the fragrance that the house is known for. I believe that it's famous for is Vanilla 28. And if this is your first time hearing about Kayali fragrances, the 28, the number behind the name of the fragrance is how many times it took them to get the fragrance to, perfect it the way they want it. So the 28th, version of this perfume, when they were working on it, that's the version they said that this is the hit, this is it. And so that's what that number means. Now, the notes in Kayali 28, which here's the box if you haven't seen one of the box. I love their packaging. I love Kayali's packaging. The notes for Vanilla 28 are vanilla orchid, tonka absolute, brown sugar, amber woods, and musk. So I remember when I first smelled this, I was like, this smells like Victoria's Secret Bare Vanilla. I don't know why people are going, oh, no, about this perfume, because blah, blah, blah. That's what I was saying. But it does, to me, still smell like Bare Vanilla. But it also has it's a little freshness, it's a little sweetness. It's incensey, it's woody. It's just a different take on vanilla. It's, to me, when I smell this, I think of a spicy vanilla incense. I do get a hint of that brown sugar, but to me, it's not heavy on the brown sugar. Yeah, it's a spicy, woody, incensey vanilla scent. And it is one that I would recommend getting the big 3.4 ounce bottle, because it's beautiful, but it is not, to me, extremely, it doesn't fill a room to me. It sits closer to the skin. People have to get closer to you to smell it, but you still smell nice. It's been a while since I've worn this, but I will say I think it's about 4 to 6 hours that it lasts on me, and that's spraying heavily. That's spraying you know, one layer, letting it dry, spraying another layer on my skin, and then spraying my clothes down. And you'll be sneezing. It's something in this, I don't know, it's no pepper in here, but it's something in here that makes you sneeze if you spray a lot, but it's worth it, you all. And to me, this fragrance, my juice is darker than it was, but it's still not as dark as when I had that travel spray. I mean, it was just black. And that to me, when it's the darkest version, that's when it smells the absolute best. Like when I first got this, it smelled good, but it did not smell anywhere near as good as my travel size spray. But after letting it sit, I mean, it's been in my drawer for months. I'm just letting it get ready. Because I got it I believe last winter. I can't remember if I found it at Sephora and got it or on the Kayali's website and got it when it came back in stock because it had been out of stock forever. I've noticed it hasn't been out of stock for a long time now. Now, I will say, I believe probably when there's a discount or a sale that it will sell out again. So if you're one that's waiting on a sale, just make sure you're like first. Don't wait and think you have time to get it, because I do feel like the hype has died down enough to where it's not going to be sold out all the time like it was, but that when there's a sale, I still believe it will sell out. Now, like I said, the longer it sits, the darker it gets, the better it is. Yeah, I do. I really like this fragrance, and this is my second bottle. And I can see myself always repurchasing this because I don't have anything else in my collection that smells exactly like it. Okay, the next fragrance I no longer have in my collection. I used it up, and you know what, y'all? Now I have this set up on my phone. And Sephora, tell me if this happens to y'all. You put it on the app, and then you close your phone for a minute, and then it just closes the whole thing out. I don't know why it does that. But this is Kayali Elixir 11. And here's how the bottle looks, because I used it up about 2 years ago, and I haven't repurchased it. So this is described as a warm floral. It has notes of Rose de Mai Absolute, Jasmine Sambac Absolute, and Patchouli. Now, another thing with Kayali fragrances that I have noticed is that sometimes I can pick up other fragrances by smelling their fragrances. Like their fragrances smell like something else I've smelled before. Now, Elixir 11 always reminded me of Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black. It always reminded me of that. I believe this is the fragrance people were saying they could smell apple or something in here. And I'm trying to see, is apple in here? Because, you know, it gives you the main nose. I don't see it. But I do remember it always smelled like that. It was to me, it's a unisex fragrance. It reminded me of Elizabeth James Nirvana Black, and that was a perfume I didn't like to wear on its own. I would always mix it with Nirvana White to brighten it up some. So Elixir 11 is not a fragrance I'm drawn to repurchase. I liked it to mix it and play with it when I had it, but I have not missed it at all to where I could say, let me go repurchase it. I mean, I have not missed it or thought about it at all. And that's what I do. I don't just immediately go repurchase something unless I know it's an absolute love. I'm going to wait and see if I miss it. And I haven't missed it at all, y'all. I mean, not one bit have I missed that fragrance. It was nice. It did remind me of Nirvana Black. I would call that a deeper unisex floral scent, like a darker scent. But it was good. It was okay, but it wasn't a fragrance that called to me. Now, another fragrance that I had in my collection, and I finished it up just, I think, a few months ago, and this is Kayali Citrus 08, and that's how that perfume looks. So the notes in Citrus 08 are, well, it's described as fresh citrus and fruits. And the key notes are bergamot, pink grapefruit, and rose centifolia. Now, Citrus 08, as you would imagine, is a citrusy, now I accidentally exited out of what I was doing, y'all, is a citrusy perfume. But to me, the more, okay, when I first got it, I was like, okay, it's just citrus. And then I was hearing people talk about it, and then I wore it again. I said, okay, it's an elevated citrus perfume. But then as I finished up my little travel size spray of it, I kind of went back to, it's a citrus perfume. It's nice. To me, it has an elegance to it that a lot of citrus perfumes may be missing. I would say an elegant, if you can call a citrus perfume elegant, I would call Citrus 08 elegant, an elegant citrus perfume. It was nice, but I didn't fall in love with it like I thought I was. I enjoyed it. I can see myself maybe one day repurchasing it, but it's not one that I'm like, I think about. That's another one like Elixir 11. I really haven't thought about it since I've used it up. Now, another fragrance that I no longer have in my collection because I finished it up is Musk 12. And I'm trying to get the picture for you, even though all of these bottles look the same because of, you know, they look the same online. But that is Musk 12, and it's described as warm and spicy, warm and sheer, and the key notes are jasmine, musk, and sandalwood. Now, this fragrance, Musk, I almost said 11. I thought it was 12. Musk 12, I love it. I love it. It's soft, it's feminine, it's delicate, it is pretty, it is inviting, it's cozy, it's elegant, it's sophisticated, it's easy reach. It's just, I just loved it. It was a very soft, pretty, feminine, elegant fragrance. And I do plan to repurchase that. I have missed, this is what happens, y'all. I try to catch the Kayali sale they have on their website close to Black Friday or on Black Friday. And by the time, you know, I've spent money somewhere else, I've bought something else, and I just don't end up getting it. And probably because I've had it before, so I'm trying to get something that I haven't had before. But Musk 12 is on my list to repurchase because it was just effortlessly feminine and elegant. And I love it. I love that perfume. So that one will definitely be back in my collection, you know, pretty soon. So I think those are all of the ones that I don't have a bottle of right now in my collection. So after those were the first 4 fragrances that Kayali released. And then I believe after that came Kayali's Deja Vu White Flower 57. And it surprised me, it took 57 times to get to this perfume. I thought I usually keep the boxes of certain fragrances, but I guess I got rid of this one. So let me look up the notes, y'all, for Deja Vu White Flower. It's described as a warm floral, and it has keynotes of gardenia, jasmine, and vanilla. Now, this fragrance broke the internet also. I blind bought it based off of the hype. Okay, it's been a minute. I can barely smell it, so hold on. Let me spray this. And I do love the atomizer on the Kayali fragrances. It's like a luxurious mist, you know. Okay, let's smell it. Okay, so I smell this now, and it's smelling sweeter than I remember. Maybe this had to sit a minute too, because I remember it being very floral heavy, which that's fine, but it wasn't a love for me. As you can see, I think I've had this almost 2 years now, and it's just the barest dent in this fragrance. It kind of reminds me, it gives me Coco Mademoiselle vibes but warmer, sweeter, thicker. I would describe this as a mature, floral, somewhat sweet floral, kind of syrupy floral sweet scent. I'm liking it more now after I haven't sprayed this in, I bet, since last fall, winter. I'm liking it now. It's also kind of giving me Miss Dior vibes, but I like Miss Dior more. But I'm trying to give you some references if you haven't smelled this one. But so many people just love this and just rave about it. But for me, it's okay. But I'm liking it more now than I remember, smelling it now than I remember when I first got it. And I can't remember if I did a review video, you know, solely for this one. If I did, I will link it above. I can't remember if I have done a whole review video on this fragrance or not. But it is nice if you are into warm floral scents, sweet florals. If you like Coco Mademoiselle, if you like Miss Dior, if you like those type of floral, mature, grown woman fragrances, you would like Kayali's Deja Vu White Flower. You would. And I hear people say that they wear this in the spring. I never even think to get this and pull this out in the spring. I think of fall maybe with this one, transitioning with this one. I don't know, but it's smelling better and better to me, y'all. So I might have to be pulling this one out pretty soon because it is smelling better than I remember. And that is another thing I've noticed with with fragrances in general, but with this house, Kayali, you gotta let them sit sometimes, and then they smell better than when you initially bought them. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on Deja Vu White Flower. Okay, next, if I'm trying to remember the order in which these fragrances were released, y'all, and these all kind of are a blur to me. I honestly don't know which one came first out of these three. So we're just gonna go for it. So I'm gonna start with Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. And here is the box. And then here is the bottle. And the full-size bottle is gorgeous. Let me pull it up, y'all, because it is a gorgeous bottle. It's like metallic pink gorgeousness. Okay, well, I remember when this came out and I saw this bottle, I just wanted it because of the bottle. I didn't even want to smell it, but then I was reading reviews and watching videos, and I was like, this sounds like one I need to wait on, you know, not just rush out and purchase it. So the notes in Pink Pepper 25 are pink pepper, bergamot, saffron, Bulgarian rose, vanilla orchid, and sandalwood. Now I sprayed the box and see, I can't smell it anymore. Sometimes you can smell fragrances once you've sprayed them, and sometimes you can't. So let's spray this one. And let's see if my thoughts are the same as when I initially tried this. And they are. Okay, so this is a very peppery, spicy, incensey, thick rose. It's got a little sweetness. It reminds me of like an oud also, a hint of oud. Like a spicy, peppery rose oud scent. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it, but I don't know if I love it. And I'm going to tell you why. It was driving me crazy. I was like, this reminds me of something. This reminds me of something. It reminds me of something. What does it remind me of? Shaughnessy, what does it remind you of? And it finally came to me that it reminded me of Nina Ricci, L'Extase. This. So I'm going to spray it, and we're going to see if my nose was correct, because I wanted to wait until this video and try it and see if they actually smelled similar side by side spraying them. So let me air this one out a little bit. Take some deep breaths of just clean air, and then let's smell it. So I'm getting ready to smell sweet diamond pink pepper. Okay, and now I'm going to smell the extas. Okay, they really don't smell alike side by side, but I can see why they remind me of each other. Sweet diamond pink pepper is rosy. It's a rose. Extas is I think it has some rose in it. I can't remember. Hold on, y'all. Let's see, because I gotta know. Y'all, of course it has rose in it. It's called Extas Rose Absolute. I forgot to say the rest of the whole doggone name. So it does have rose in it, but this is a... Yeah, to me, this is going to shock you. Like, it's shocking me I'm saying this. The Nina Ricci, to me, is a softer, more toned down version of Sweet Diamond. They do smell alike, but to me, this one is smoother, a little creamier. And this is like bold, in your face, up your nose, throughout your house. That's what this gives me, this Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. And to me, when I have this perfume, to me, it's so strong on its own that I save it for when it's cold or at night. And I can't believe that Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper is making me think this is softer. So that tells you how strong I think this is, in my opinion. So they do smell very similar. But Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, I mean, it smells good. But there is no way I need a full bottle of this. Even though I want it so bad. I want that bottle. Because it is so pretty, it is so pink, it is so me. Constantly smelling this fragrance, this Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, is making my nose itchy. It's very peppery, it's spicy, incensey. Like I said, it smells exotic. It smells good. Like, I'm gonna be wearing this when it cools off to see, you know, this is one I can't wear this right now. I can wear this right now. Don't let the pink bottle fool you. This is strong. This is in your face. But the more I smell it, the more I like it. So I can't wait to play with this in the fall when it cools off some. So it's good, but I was right. It does remind me of Nina Ricci L'Extase Rose Absolute. So my nose was leading me in the right direction, y'all. So the next fragrance we're going to talk about, I think this came out next because I remember these coming out relatively back to back with these metallic pretty bottles. And this is Invite Only Amber 23. I bought the travel size spray, and here is the full size bottle. So the notes in Invite Only Amber 23 are black cherry, honey D Provence, tobacco leaf, amber resin, vanilla Madagascar. So let me see if I can still smell this on the box. I can, but you know, I kind of want to just spray it again to smell it fresh, okay? So I spray it, and then I sprayed it all everywhere but the paper almost. Spray it again. This is strong. I really don't want to be spraying multiple sprays. I just love the way they do the bottles as a miniature of the full-size fragrances, because it's not a lot of companies that do that. But when I get to my last fragrance we're going to talk about, we'll talk about that. Okay, so what are my thoughts on Invite Only Amber? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, y'all, when I saw tobacco leaf, that immediately turned me off because I don't like anything. Anything. I don't like that note in fragrances. But I said, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to see. And that's what I just pick up. I just pick up tobacco. I can't stand that. I don't want to smell like tobacco. And I'm smelling the box because I sprayed this a few days ago when I got my order, and it still smell. I just pick up tobacco mostly. It is a smoothness. It's a smokiness. It's deep. It's not my type of perfume. To me, this smells like I don't get sexy for a woman. I would prefer to smell this on a man. If that. I don't like tobacco, but I know tobacco tends to be in quite a few men's fragrances, especially niche fragrances. So that's just not for me. I am going to, here. I don't even, here, I'm going to spray a little bit on my hand and see if it's different on my skin. But I have a feeling that this is not going to be in my collection. Yeah, I could see a man wearing this and liking it. It has a booziness kind of to me. I don't know if it's that cherry I'm picking up at the top, giving it like a fruity, boozy tobacco scent that I'm just not feeling. Oh, no. No. I can't do it. It is just, it's not for me. And is this the lowest rated? This has 3.5 stars because most of Kayali's fragrances have 4 stars. I mean, none of them have 4.5 or almost 5. It's usually about 4, and I think it's probably because of the longevity of the fragrances and projection that keeps them at a 4. But yeah, this is the only one that has a 3.5. I'm sorry, I don't mean to do that, but I can't stand tobacco, that scent. And I was like, maybe I'll get more of the amber, more of the vanilla and honey, and maybe since tobacco leaf is kind of mid, I won't get it. But that is all I'm picking up. I don't know if it's mental because I know it's in there, that's all I'm smelling because I detest that note. But yeah, to me, on my hands, it smells like burnt cigarette ashes. Burnt, sweet cigarette ashes. That's what I'm getting. And that is not for me. So, what I'm going to do, since I really think this is unisex, I'm going to see if my brother likes this. If he doesn't like it, I think I'm just going to have to return that one because even though it's travel spray, I'm not going to wear that. Because that is so not a Shaughnessy perfume. It is the polar opposite of how I want to smell. And it's sweetening up a little bit on my hand now. So we're going to go on to the next one. And we're going to see, if I change my mind as it sits on my, on my hand. But for now, I am not feeling invite only amber at all. Okay, the next fragrance we're going to talk about is Utopia Vanilla Coco 21. Now, this is one I was excited to try because, I like the name Utopia Vanilla, but then I was hearing review and I like the bottle. Oh, this one also has only 3.5 stars. So it's the amber and the vanilla because I thought it was 2 that didn't have 4 stars. So this is how the full-size bottle looks. It's got that metallic, because I remember this collection all came out at the same time, the metallic collection, and I was in love with that pink bottle. So here's the travel size spray of Utopia Vanilla Coco. And the notes are pear, jasmine, coconut, sandalwood, and vanilla bourbon. So I can't really smell that on the box anymore. So I'm going to spray this one again and see if my thoughts are the same. Okay, y'all, let's smell it. So yes, my thoughts are the same. Okay, so y'all was like, oh, I'm so prepared. I won't have to get up for this video. I forgot something. Okay, so we were talking about Utopia Vanilla Coco 21. Yes, so I like this. It reminds me of 3 perfumes, and I wanted to bring the perfumes out here, and we're going to do them side by side. It's a very beachy, coconut, vanilla, warm, floral scent. Let me see, do they describe this as floral? Yeah, warm floral, because it does, I am getting, I think the jasmine, but the coconut I think is making it creamy, and the vanilla and the pear is giving it a little freshness. And I do like this, but I do remember so many people saying, this reminds me of one scent fragrance in particular, and it reminds me of that one too, but we're gonna save that one for last, and I'm gonna try these other ones. So I was like, let me get my testers. Need 3. So I said, this reminds me of 3 perfumes off the top of my head. Utopia Vanilla Coco reminds me of 3 perfumes. So I know this is not an exact dupe, but it did remind me of Juliet Has a Gun Vanilla Vibes. So let's spray it. Love the atomizer on that one too. And then we're gonna see if they smell similar side by side, because you know, side by side can change a whole lot. So here's Utopia. Yes, they do smell similar. Vanilla Vibes is grittier, it's beachier than Utopia, but they are similar. Okay, so that one's similar. Another one I thought was probably similar was Alien Goddess. So let's try that one, air that out. And that's something that I was saying about this house. Usually, why am I thinking of this hand? Usually with Kayali fragrances, they remind me of something else. You know, I love the house. I like the presentation. The price point is okay. But they do tend to remind me of, I can pick out some fragrance mists, or I can pick out perfumes, or I can say, well, this reminds me of this a little bit. I haven't found one fragrance, I don't think, except maybe Musk 12. Where I felt like I haven't smelled something exactly, not exactly, but close to it. Because the majority of the fragrances I've mentioned here today, I think I referenced, well, it kind of reminded me of this when I first smelled it or whatnot. Musk did not. Musk 12. Okay, so now we're going to try Goddess with Utopia. This is Utopia. Okay, side by side, they really don't smell alike. Goddess is like fresher, and Utopia is creamier. Hold on. I mean, there's a hint, but yeah, it's not that I'm getting like, not as much as the beachiness that I know a lot of people immediately picked up on with this perfume that I sometimes get and sometimes don't. And this is one of the times I'm not getting it, because I think Utopia is such a beachy fragrance. Okay, so the last fragrance I wanted to compare was the one everyone that I remember watching saying it smelled very similar to this perfume, and this is Tom Ford Eau de Soleil Blanc, and this is the EDT version. Okay, so let's spray this. Yeah, there's nothing on it. And let's see, because immediately it did remind me of Tom Ford Soleil Blanc immediately. Okay, so let's spell Utopia again. Okay, Soleil Blanc is not smelling how it is supposed to smell, because I think it's, you know, some fragrances smell different on paper. Okay, this is one that it's not reminding me of it at all on paper, but just from wearing it and remembering how it smells on me, it does remind me. Utopia does remind me of Soleil Blanc. Okay, now it's coming out. Okay, hold on, because it had been a minute since I sprayed that one because I haven't been wearing it this summer. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so they do remind me of each other, but I prefer Utopia, and let me tell you why. Tom Ford is fresher. It's not as sweet. The creaminess of Utopia, vanilla cocoa, the creamy, sweet beachiness of it, I am in love with it. I am in love. Oh, it smells so good. I'm planning to wear this soon. In fact, I might finish up this bottle before summer is officially over, because it's smelling good to me, honey. Now, this is one I might need to go ahead and get, not right now, because I don't do that. But I can see myself, if I keep loving it as much as I'm loving it now, I would say, Shaughnessy, make sure you finish this up first. But it's different enough that if I love Utopia, I wouldn't feel bad about purchasing it, because I could mix them. Oh my goodness. I know this is one that got 3.5 stars on Sephora, but I am loving the Utopia Vanilla Cocoa. So I might have a metallic bottle in my collection, as you know, finally, because let's try invite only amber. No. It's a mustiness that I am picking up from this. That's something that's so unpleasant to my nose that I just can't see myself ever wanting to wear this. I mean, I was sitting here thinking, maybe if I mix it with sensual amber, maybe if I added a little more cherry to this, it would help it. But do I really want to go through all that work to like a fragrance that I have no intention of ever getting a full bottle of? I don't think so. Okay, so the next fragrance we're going to talk about, we only have 2 more to go, y'all. This is Kayali's Eden Juicy Apple 01. That means they got it done on the first try, okay? And the notes in this are juicy red apple, wild berries, jasmine, lychee, vanilla flower, and sensual musk. Now, this is an easy, not complex at all, not complicated, pretty girl, flirty, fruity scent. It smells like a fragrance mist, a body splash, but in an elevated perfume way. That's what it is. It's creamy, it's sweet, it's fruity, it's girly, and you smell like you put on a great smelling body spray. That's just what I get from it. So I love it. I did not invest in the huge bottle. The only Kayali fragrance I have a huge bottle in is Vanilla 28. But I do love this one. I have a little dent in it, but I do really enjoy it. And I love that red bottle. Absolutely stunning. Okay, the latest fragrance from the Kayali line. I did a full review video on this fragrance, Lovefest Burning Cherry 48. So if you haven't seen that video, I will link it above. Check it out. So I'm not going to go too much in depth about this one. This is the one I said that I don't know why they didn't do the bottle like these. I mean, this is nice. For a pen, I don't love pen sprays, but this one is substantial. It's not too skinny. I do like this, but I prefer this packaging for the travel spray, because you don't have, this is the only company I can think of off the top of my head that the travel sprays come in the miniatures of the full-size bottles. And to me, that gave Kayali an edge. I loved it for that, because yeah, why, you know, this is like everybody else. So I don't know why this one is different. And some people were saying because the color of this bottle is close to this. But what's the difference of the travel spray being a different color as opposed to the full-size bottle? So I don't know why we didn't get our pretty travel size bottle like this for Burning Cherry. So the notes in Burning Cherry are burning cherry, raspberry, praline, palo santo, gaiac wood, and patchouli. So I just sprayed this perfume earlier, so let me get that. Y'all, what is this called? Strip. This is a burning cherry, is a sexy, woody, smoky, sexy scent, cherry scent, and it is good. I like it. I don't know yet if I'm gonna get the full bottle, but it is good, and the more I'm smelling it, the more I'm liking it each time I smell it. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna rank the Kayali fragrances from least favorite to favorite. I did not write these down. I said I'm just gonna go with what I'm feeling, you know, as I'm talking about the video. And I'm gonna try not to forget to mention the ones I don't have a full bottle of. So let me go ahead and pull up the Sephora site on Kayali to help me remember, and let's do this. So there are 10 fragrances in the Kayali line right now, so let's go ahead and rank them. I'm sure you all know number 10 is Invite Only Amber. I can't do it with tobacco leaf. That is just not me. I don't like it at all. I mean, no, can't do it. Can't do it. Coming in at number 9 would be Kayali Elixir 11. It's not one I've missed. It's not one I think about to repurchase. It's not on my mind at all. So that's number 9. Coming in at number 8, I would have to say is Citrus 08, because it's another one. I enjoyed it, I liked it, but I'm not thinking about it after I used up the travel spray. It didn't go on my list to repurchase. I was just waiting to see what I felt, and I felt like it was a nice, elegant citrus, but it didn't stand out enough to me at this time for me to rank it higher. Okay, coming in at number 7. Okay, this is where it could get a little tricky because I'm torn between 2 fragrances. You know, I'm going to say number 7 is Deja Vu White Flower because I've had it for a couple of years. I don't wear it. I plan to focus on it this upcoming fall season, transitioning season, and see, because after spraying it here, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm liking it more than I've ever liked it after having it sit. So, but I'm still going to say number 7 because it's not one that I ever fell in love with. But we'll see what happens after wearing it consistently. Coming in at number 6, I'm going to say is Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. And this is number 6 because it does remind me of another perfume in my collection, so I know I'm not gonna go get the full bottle. Now after I use this up and use up Rose Absolute, then maybe I'll go get my pretty pink bottle because this does smell good, but this is one that I can't see spraying heavily with. It's one I'd be scared to death to spray too much. So I can't see myself, you know, really needing to go get this anytime really soon because I have Rose Absolute and this. Okay, coming in at number 5. Oh, y'all, coming in at number 5. Okay, coming in at number 5, even though, I don't know, hold on. Number 5. Okay. Okay, coming in at number 5 is going to be Eden Juicy Apple 01. And this is number 5 because it smells like an elevated fragrance mist, which I love that about it, but I can't say it's super unique. I can't say I just lost myself and it smelled just fabu darling. It smells good and pretty and an easy reach just to smell nice and pretty and girly. So 5 is middle of the road. So this is going to be 5 because it is a perfume that smells like a fragrance mist, which I keep saying I love that about it, but you know, it's going to be number 5. Okay, number 4. Okay, number 4 I'm going to say is Burning Cherry 48. I have not worn this out, but I'm going to say it's number 4 because cherry fragrances, like I mentioned in my review video, sometimes takes me a minute to fall in love with them. I liked it immediately, but I'm not in love with it. So I'm going to have to play with it and see, but I do like it. But it was hyped so much that sometimes people can hype something so much, and when you get it, it's not like you're disappointed. It's just like it didn't blow my mind like, you know, I thought it would. So number 4 is going to be Burning Cherry. Number 3 is shocking to me, is Utopia Vanilla Coco. Y'all, it surprised me how much I absolutely love this. I just love the creaminess of this fragrance. I love it. And I was not expecting to love it because it does not get a high rating. People really weren't raving about this when it came out. So I didn't have high expectations for it, but I love it. So number 3 is Utopia Vanilla Coco 21. Coming in, oh, this is hard. This is hard. What is going to be number 2? I don't know, y'all. I'm looking at my 2 choices and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say number 2 is is Kayali Musk 12. And I'm saying it's number 2 because even though I love it, I haven't bought it yet. So, you know, the one that's number 1, I've purchased it. I bought the huge bottle. I don't even think it was on sale. I think I missed the sale and decided it's finally in stock. I'm just going to get it. And I haven't done that with Musk 12, even though it's always in my mind. I'm thinking about it. I still haven't gotten it. So that's the reason I'm going to say it's number 2, because I haven't purchased it yet. And number 1 is going to be Vanilla 28 because I have purchased it. I went and got the huge bottle. This is the only huge bottle of a Kayali fragrance I have in my collection at this time. So that is why it's going to be number 1. I love it, especially the longer it sits and the darker it gets. So y'all, those were my thoughts on the entire Kayali collection. I mean, as a whole, I do like Kayali. I love the packaging. I love the way the only fragrance I do not like the way it smells at all is Invite Amber. And is that what it's called? Invite Only Amber. And I do think it would smell better on a man. So, but for me, that's the only one. I mean, not at all. Nada. But as a whole, I think they're nice fragrances. I think the presentation is good. The drawbacks to these fragrances are the longevity and the projection and sillage. They're very usually closer sitting fragrances that last between 2 to 4, maybe 3 to 6 hours, depending on how you spray. So those are the 2 drawbacks. But for the most part, like I said, I love that the travel sprays usually come in a miniature of the full-size bottle. I love the presentation, the packaging. I mean, I do love the fragrances, the fragrance house of Kayali. And I will continue to keep a lookout for new fragrances. Like I said, they come out with new fragrances a lot. They do. I mean, it's hard to keep up with them, and they do come out with new fragrances. I want to say lately it's been 2+ a year, and usually for a house, sometimes they're three to four. I want to feel like with Kayali. I mean, they come out with a lot of fragrances, and usually a fragrance house doesn't come, a niche fragrance house designer, they come out, you know, with flanker after flanker after flanker. But a niche house, they don't tend to come out with as many new fragrances as Kayali does, which that is a good thing and exciting if you're a fragrance lover, but a bad thing for your wallet and your budget. But yeah, I do love the Kayali brand, the house, the way, you know, the packaging. I do love the house, and I will continue to purchase Kayali fragrances. And I keep looking at this Utopia Vanilla Coco. If I had gotten this bad boy earlier in the spring, summer, I might be, you know, trying to get a full bottle of it now. But we're going to see about, you know, maybe it won't be just summer for me. Maybe I'll just fall in love with it. It might be a full size coming soon. Who knows? So if y'all enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below telling me your thoughts of the Kayali house, Kayali fragrances. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Are you just indifferent to them? What are your thoughts? I would love to know. What's your favorite Kayali fragrance if you do love the brand? Tell me your favorite fragrance. I would love to know. Please share this video with everyone who loves to smell and feel good like we all do. And please don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't ever miss any of my videos. And y'all, I want to bring out, I am close to 7,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. But my goal is to be at 7,000 subscribers before September. So if y'all can help me out with that, I would really, really, really appreciate it. And on that note, as I always say, if you like my vibe, subscribe. Until next time, bye.